learned about acetylcholine. Okay, so we learned about acetylcholine. Let's talk about another very common neurotransmitter. These are very simple neurotransmitters here. Serotonin. Probably a lot of you have heard of serotonin. Very common to hear about it. And what I'd like you to know about it is serotonin is associated with mood and sleep. So serotonin is associated with, low levels of serotonin are associated with depression. So they like to say, oh, when your serotonin is up, then you have a strong mood state. But if you, more of a positive mood state, but if your serotonin levels are down, then you tend to have a more negative mood state. Now, we don't know which one causes which. Is it that you have a bad mood and that makes your serotonin levels fall, or is it that if your serotonin levels are reduced, then that causes the depression? So we don't quite know which causes which, but the serotonin, one thing that you should learn from this, because we're going to be talking about all these neurotransmitters and how they relate to your life, is, you know, a lot of people, when they start hitting that depression, they want to try to sleep it off. A lot of people want to isolate and sleep. But this is the worst thing that you can do. In fact, if you become suicidal and you get hospitalized, then what's your problem? They're going to continually wake you up. They will not allow you to sleep. Because the more that you sleep, when we oversleep, it seems to lower our levels of serotonin. And probably you've experienced this, is like, let's say on a Saturday morning you didn't have anything that you had to do, so you just spent the morning sleeping in. And but then when you finally get up for the day, your whole day is off. You feel kind of like a zombie. You don't have much motivation. You can even become more like just like blah, I don't want to do anything more. And that's kind of that they think that's the lowering of the serotonin from the extra sleep. Also, you know, sometimes when you take those 3-hour naps in the afternoon because you just don't feel like doing anything, you're kind of in that depressed, kind of sad about something's beyond your control, and so you just try to sleep it off to escape from it. You know that when you wake up from those naps, you just kind of feel worse. You don't feel better. So your mood and sleep are highly related, and that has to do with the serotonin. So exercise has been found to be as effective as antidepressants in about 30% of people. So if you have a tendency for depression, I really hope you take this part of the lesson seriously and know that, you know, trying to sleep things off or isolating, sitting around is probably going to make your depression worse. But if you, probably the best thing that you can do, and I know it's very hard because you don't feel like doing it, is just to force yourself to go to the gym, to go out and do something. It seems like our body really needs us to be active and expressing ourselves, using our potential in life. And if we just kind of sit around and we don't use our potential in life, then it seems to kind of give our bodies this message of like, I don't want to be here anymore, I don't want to live anymore. And so it just makes you, you know, just kind of back up off of life. So, yeah, and if you have somebody in your life that's depressed, you know, I know they tell you to leave them alone, but, you know, if there's any chance for you to help them, it'd be better if you can take them out to a movie or make them go with you to go do something, even though they're going to, like, balk against it, say, no, I don't want to do it. Okay, let's go to these catecholamines.
Chemical messenger that communicates information throughout your brain and body. It is primarily found in the central nervous system, blood platelets, and the digestive tract. Serotonin has many important functions in the body. In the digestive tract, it helps with contraction of intestinal muscles, helping food move through the system. It can also act on gut nerves, signaling pain and nausea. If there are irritants in the food, more serotonin is released, which moves the food faster, leading to diarrhea. This process also can induce vomiting. Serotonin is also stored in blood platelets. When a blood vessel gets damaged, platelets arrive blocking the breakage, and they release serotonin, which helps trigger the blood vessels to narrow, thus stopping or slowing the loss of blood. Serotonin is believed to contribute to the feelings of well-being and happiness, and it may affect sleep and appetite as well. Low levels of serotonin have been linked to depression and anxiety. And that be the basics on serotonin.